A while back, we did a poll here on our YouTube channel over on the community tab to see who is watching this channel and what type of business owners are watching the channel, because this channel is all about helping small business owners with their finances. But what kind of businesses? It would be nice to know what kind of businesses in order to give you better information to help you grow and thrive as a business owner. Okay, and what the results of that were. Now, not all 70,000 subscribers were actually filling out this poll. That would be really helpful if it was, but we had a good number of people able to fill that out. And what we found is that almost 80% of the business owners that are following this channel are service-based business owners. So that means that they do some kind of work, that they actually sell services rather than selling products. So they're selling time, or they're selling some kind of thing that's being done for somebody else. So this can be anything from nail salons to professional consulting agencies. Those would all be considered service-based businesses. And then the breakout between those two, and I'm going to show you guys the results, so maybe we'll put it over right here, is that 45% of all the respondents were B2B service companies. And so that is where a business is actually selling their service to another business. So that would be a business like mine, fractional CFO agency selling to other businesses that want fractional CFO services. So there's a lot of business owners like that here on this channel. So I wanted to bring a piece of information that I think is incredibly important, that all service-based, B2B service-based business owners need to know about. So if you are a B2B service-based business owner, please stay tuned. And also tell me in the comment section below what type of business you do, because I would love to be able to target and tailor these videos a little bit more to the people who are actually watching these videos. So tell me what you do in the comment section below. I would love to hear. And by the way, my name is Hannah Smolinski. I am the founder of Clara CFO Group. That is the name of this YouTube channel. And with the services that we provide in our fractional CFO agency, we work with B2B service companies, and we are actually helping them work through the challenge that I am talking to you guys about today. Okay, so this is very much coming from practically helping small business owners work through these problems and the solutions that we've been able to help create and work with them on. Okay, so if that sounds good, let's go ahead and dive into that. All right, so if you are a service-based small business owner, you have probably felt the pain that so many of us have felt before with the sort of feast or famine moments that happen in our business, where there can be times where all the business is coming in and you just feel like you can do nothing wrong and everybody wants to work with you. And then before you know it, a couple months later or a couple years later, you can start to feel like a famine and nobody wants to work with you and you're trying to understand what's going on. So you can have these really big ups and downs of like tons of business and then no business, and then tons of business and no business. And that can be extremely frustrating as a small business owner, because you're thinking, hey, I'm the same person that I was when I had tons of business, or it's the same business, we provide the same service. Why are there all these ups and downs? And the ups and downs, I'm here to tell you, are absolutely normal, but you do not have to be satisfied with staying in that space. You don't have to stay like that, okay? It's very normal, because what happens, and I actually just talked to Jason Swank, or a couple months ago, I talked to Jason Swank, who's a digital agency expert, and he runs a masterclass for digital agency owners, and that's on the Financial Clarity podcast. I'll make sure to link that video here somewhere. But when we talked to Jason, it was really interesting because he was talking about that same up and down pattern. And we were saying that what happens is with small business owners, a lot of times what we do is we sell. We spend tons of time selling work. And then all of that work that we sell, we have to go and then do and execute. So then we do. So then we have this sell, do cycle, which is creating this up and down. So when we're selling, we're bringing in money. And when we're doing, we're not selling. And we're spending money, we're paying labor, we're doing everything. And during that time that we're doing, we're not selling. And then we have those gaps of time where we're like, where did all the work go? We were really busy and now we're not. And so that up and down of sell, do is actually what's causing the ups and downs and can be creating a lot of the cash flow problems that we have as service-based small business owners, okay? So If you've ever felt that type of crunch before, this is absolutely a video for you. And we've worked with tons of clients that have had that happen before. We've experienced it ourselves here at Clara CFO, even though we're on retainer services, and that helps with the cash flow consistency. The new business doesn't come on as fast as we would like when we're in that sell do cycle. Okay. One of the biggest things that we need to do in order to flatten out that curve and have more consistency is that we need to understand and track our pipeline. Okay. What does pipeline mean? Pipeline means the incoming work coming into the business, and looking at the activities that are happening around developing that pipeline and tracking it and measuring it and paying attention to it consistently. When we are constantly looking at the incoming work, we are going to be able to have more consistent revenue on the back end. Okay, so this is really, your pipeline is the precursor to your revenue. So if we are focused on pipeline and we are tracking metrics around it and we are doing that consistently and we're nurturing that, we will have more consistent revenue. Okay. A lot of people do this through using something called a CRM, a customer relationship management tool. So there's tons of CRMs out there. Gosh, probably just for me saying CRM, you guys are going to get tons of ads for CRMs because there probably are 1,000 different CRMs on the market, if not more. Okay. So there's lots of ones that you can go out and you can look at. There's ones that can make really pretty graphs for you and whatever. That's all fine and dandy. A lot of us here who are watching this YouTube channel are not at a place that it makes financial sense to be investing a lot of money into a CRM, and it really doesn't even make sense setting it up and doing all the work that goes into it. The important part is that you have some kind of way to track the incoming proposals or contracts or the leads, any type of potential work coming your way, whatever your terminology is that you use in your industry. That incoming work is what you need to be tracking. So what I've done is we've developed a super simple spreadsheet that we have used with clients and that they're still using very effectively, that not only helps track the incoming stuff coming in, but also helps understand when that revenue might hit the P&L so that we can see, okay, well, we might have $1 million in contracts, but if it all hits in Q2, we might actually have, or let's say the second half of the year, we might actually have a cash crunch in March, April, May, because none of that money is hitting our P&L early enough. So we've got a kind of a two-part, this spreadsheet that I'm about to show you is kind of two parts. It's the contract tracking of open proposals and then won work, but then also the part of actually putting into a timeline calendar of when we think that money is actually going to come in and hit our P&L, or the cash will be received. So I'm going to show you this proposal tracking spreadsheet, and you can grab it for yourself right here at claracfo.com/contract tracking. You can download a free copy. We are not charging for it. If you would like to be on our email list, we would love to have you there, but you actually can opt out of the email if you don't want to have it. But our weekly emails do go out, and they are going to be providing resources to you to help your business every single week. We make those not spammy at all. We just try to load it up with resources to help you. And you can unsubscribe at any time if you don't want to be on the email list. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the contract tracking spreadsheet, and you can see for yourself if it's something that you would like. Okay, so this is again, very simple spreadsheet. This is, we're calling it contract and proposal tracking system. And when we zoom way out, you can kind of see what we've got here. We've got open proposals and proposals won and lost that we can track on this side. And then over here is just a timeline so that we can say of any open proposals when we think that revenue might hit, and of the proposals won when we think that income might hit. And when I say hit, I mean hit the P&L, okay? How this works is it's very, very, very simple. Let's say you did a proposal for a client, you would actually put this information in here. Client XYZ, and the work is for a new website. And the contract value is $15,000, and the term is 3 months. And the start date is April 2024. And then the status is open. And if you want to give this some kind of ranking or rating, like what the likelihood of this happening is, you could maybe weight more heavily the things where you felt like the lead was very hot or the client was very enthusiastic to get started. You might make this like basically like almost 1, or you can change the status based on what works on you. When you have a CRM, you'll have to put those different status categories in. So you can, if you've ever worked with a CRM, you'll understand that. Okay, so I think one of the most valuable pieces of this spreadsheet is this part over here, which is the possible income. And I've just made it, 2020, whatever, depending on when you download the spreadsheet. So you can put it in here for yourself. And you might want to drag it out. If you have longer term contracts, you might want to pull that out for a couple more years as well. So let's say, now we want to say, when do we think that this income is a potential to hit our P&L? So let's say that we just bill evenly across the 3 months, then it would be starting in April, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, and then we would leave it there until we find out if it's 1. If it's 1, we can move it down here, and then we will have that kind of income confirmed for the year that is likely to happen. And then, but when it's up here, we're not like making any spending decisions based on this, because this is all possible income. But what it will help us see is if we need to focus on our business development to find some gaps. So maybe we get where all of our business is really coming in the first half of the year, but then we have nothing for the second half of the year. We need to really go out and find potential contracts and work that we can start selling for the second half of the year. So this is where you can inform whoever's doing business development in your company. It might just be the owner. It might be maybe an operations person that's helping out with sales. All of our businesses are going to be different sizes. So it might be a whole team of business development. You might have a very complex system to track these things. But the concepts here is what I want to talk to you about, is that if we can plan what we have in the works, then we know what other work we need to be doing to fill in the gaps. Okay. And the whole point is to make you more efficient with your time and to not waste time on selling stuff that you don't need to be selling, or getting yourself into a place where you have way more work and not enough people, and then you're staffing up, and then you're going to have to lay everybody off because you don't have work for them in 3 months. Okay, so we don't want that. We want consistent work for consistent team members and consistent load, and then decide if you need to be hiring based on the contracts you've actually won. Okay, so you just walk through this. Walk through this with all the contracts that you have, add new lines if you need new lines. When they've been won, any contracts that are won, you can put them down here. And then this will give you a better accurate revenue projection that you can use in a cash flow forecast, or you can use in your budgeting and planning or rolling forecast. And this is a very helpful number to have. And then also keep track of your lost proposals. So keep track of anything that's lost. Make sure you make note details on why you think you lost the project. That's very valuable information when you go to proposing new business again. Okay. So this is not rocket science here. It is something that is very, very simple, but it's nice to just have some kind of structure and way that you can start thinking about tracking your business development and thinking about the planning of your workload. Okay, if this is helpful, I would love to know. I want to make sure I'm bringing you guys information that actually will improve your businesses. So if it is, please make sure you tell me in the comment section below, and share this with a friend who is also a B2B service provider, because they might be having the same problems that you're having. And sharing is caring over here. Thank you so much for watching today. I will be back next week with another video to help you with your small business finances. So make sure you're subscribed, and make sure you also like this video if it was helpful. All right. Thanks everybody. Bye.